guys, it's your boy, the Supreme Leader, and I'm here once again. Don't forget to click the bell button after subscription. And if you are new on this channel, thank you so much for subscribing. And I'm sorry, my comment section is always off for now because I just don't feel like opening or leaving the comment section for any other comment because, like I said, each time I post a video, I expect to get some comments. Since comments are not coming in, so I decide not to simply, what do you call it? Not to simply open the comment section anymore. But anyway, I am here once again, and today in this video, I'm here to talk a little bit about how bad it is to be an African, or how bad it is to simply hold an African passport because of some of my experiences when I was back in Ghana, and also when I was trying to leave Ghana too as well. You know, it is something that many people will simply ignore and then, keep a blind eye on by saying they are proud Africans, and, no matter what, they are still proud African and stuff like that. Each one for himself, good for us all. In my case, I always want to talk about my own experience, and also I always want to be specific. Okay, I want to be specific about things. So let me simply say this. It's really, like bad. I like to simply be straightforward with things, and I know a whole lot of people simply don't like me for that, especially when it comes to African matter. A whole lot of people who even watch my channel, they follow my channel, most of them don't even like it. And, funny enough, most of these people who always, like come after me, and also, like hate me for the truth and the fact that I do talk about in my video concerning Africa, and also being African, most of the people who normally get in touch with me too as well, who want to japa. In Africa, in West Africa, we use this word japa. It's a Nigerian word, and it means most of these people who wants to leave Africa, most of them want to leave Africa, but then when they come online and they see some of us, talking about the truth and the facts about Africa, then they get pissed and stuff like that. Whether you like it or not, Africa is still the worst place to, to be a citizen of. You understand? The continent itself, as an African, you cannot simply take your passport and then cross borders to other African countries, and it has a lot of worse problems, like when I see this African American, no, sorry, I won't say African American because they are not Africans anyway, they are Black Americans. When I see most of these Black Americans who simply when I see these Black Americans who simply, come, in the beginning when they started going to Africa, I did some videos and I said that they will very soon come complaining. They'll run back, coming back to complain about how worse it is to live in Africa if you are not rich. Okay, there is
consultas, né?
something that you simply have
Para
to know.
saber o que
Simply,
está
you need to
acontecendo
know.
com o corpo.
Africa is only for the rich,
Não, lá na minha terra,
and
essas coisas a
it has a lot
gente
of
acha
problems,
que
more
é
than any other
simplesmente uma
continent on
frescura.
this planet. The fact
Acha
still
que é
stays
uma
there.
frescura. Só
And
que
when you watch
não
most
é
of the
frescura.
vlogs, you can tell
E
even through the
também
vlogs,
eu
because
aprendi
they don't
muitas
show
dessas
you,
coisas aqui no Brasil.
they don't do
Gente
regular
que
vlogs on,
pessoas
like, walking on the
levam as coisas
street,
muito sério.
walking in neighborhoods,
Aqui, na
like they
minha
don't
terra
do this kind of
não tem
regular
isso,
vlogs. They
tá?
go, you see
E
them
eu vou
doing
te
vlogs
falar,
about
por que
resorts
que a gente não tem isso?
where, like you
Porque não
go and then have
existe
a good time and
essas
maybe holidays and stuff like that. But
tipo
anyway,
de...
that is not what brought me here. What brought me here is
Não
simply
existe
to
para
let you
nós. A
guys
gente não tem
understand that
dinheiro para
Africa
fazer isso.
is simply the
Entendeu?
worst place
Porque
to
essas
be, and
tudo para
also
fazer tem que
is
pagar,
one
né?
of the
Deixa eu
continent
confirmar.
that if you have
Ainda falta
their
mais uma.
citizenship,
Vamos lá. Não é fácil, tá,
like
gente? Mas você tem que fazer.
you
Então,
regret, like you simply regret.
pessoas não
And
têm
the
dinheiro.
reason why I'm saying this
Então, a
is,
gente não dá
like I said
muito
in the beginning,
atenção para
you
essas
being an
situações
African
de
itself, you cannot even cross to a
consultas.
different African country.
Imagina, você
Like for
nem tem
example,
onde
I'm
você
from
vai
the west
comer.
of Africa, and
Né?
you can
Como que você vai
see.
pensar em
Oh,
ir
I
para
can tell you from
consulta se
my
você
own experience
tem
when
dificuldade de ter
traveling to
três
some
refeições
place
por
like
dia?
Togo, Benin, and
Então,
the
a
neighboring countries,
possibilidade
the
para
kind of
você ter
problems you have to go
uma
through
consulta
just to
dessa
cross
é
those borders
bem-vindo,
to other
bem-vindo,
neighboring countries, and
entendeu?
also the kind of
Então,
problems even Nigerians go through
simplesmente não é fácil,
to
viu?
come to some
Mas
place like
aqui,
Ghana and stuff like that.
esses
So
tipos de
this
consultas
alone
é bem
will
fácil
give you a solid
para
idea
pessoas
of
fazer,
if
entendeu? A
it's good to
pessoa
be African or is
só
bad to be
vai
African.
comer, assim, vai
You
para
can
um
tell yourself.
hospital, vai para uma
And
consulta
I have seen
e o
several
doutor
videos of
simplesmente vai
a
falar,
whole lot
olha,
of
você precisa
Africans trying to
fisioterapia.
cross
A pessoa
the
vai
Mediterranean Sea
e fazer,
to what do you call it,
entendeu?
to Europe and
Mas
stuff like
lá
that.
na minha
And
terra não é assim,
one funny
tá?
thing
Não é
is
assim,
these same
de jeito
people
nenhum. Você não tem três
who always
refeições, como você
shout
vai para a fisioterapia?
they are
Como é que
proud
você vai para
Africans and they are blah
fazer
blah blah. They
consulta?
go through this
É muito raro
Mediterranean
para você
seas, and when
ver
they reach Europe
pessoas fazendo
and they
fisioterapia. São
start
pessoas que
working and
realmente
life becomes good,
têm
and they will simply
como
forget about their
fazer,
past,
entendeu? Então,
their
gente,
past, like
vamos lá.
forgetting
É o que eu
about the
tenho.
hustle that
Já
they
foi
went
mais de
through
3 minutos.
before crossing
Vamos
to
de novo.
Europe or before becoming successful. How can you live in a country or a continent where
Então,
to have
é isso.
3 square meal
E
is a
por que eu
problem?
estou fazendo
Like
essa
I always say this.
fisioterapia?
3 square meal is a
Eu
problem.
estou fazendo
Okay,
essa
let's put that one
fisioterapia
aside. That
porque
one is simply for
eu tenho
people who are
5
simply
hérnias.
poor, okay?
Hérnias, né, que
And
fala.
you and I know
5
very well, if
hérnias
you are from Africa, especially West
na
Africa,
minha
you know very
coluna,
well that
entendeu? Então,
majority of us
como é que
are very
chama?
poor. You understand? The people who are rich, you can
Doutor
simply
avaliou
count them. All these
e
things are
pedi
some of the things or some of the reason why I
para
always say
fazer
to
fisioterapia,
be an
entendeu? Para
African
fazer o quê?
itself is a curse.
Fisioterapia.
Yes, I know it's a
Para
curse.
mim,
You people who are watching me,
era
if you
muito
don't agree
uma
with me, you
tipo de
can
coisa de
simply go and
frescura.
bend the
Então, eu
sea. I
comecei
don't really
fisioterapia
care about what you guys
e eu
might think
abandonei,
of my
entendeu?
video
Eu
though. But
comecei
me, I'll
e
continue to
simplesmente
tell you facts.
abandonei,
There are some people who come
entendeu?
to my channel and say,
Então, gente,
now you are out of
não
Africa,
é
you are
fácil, tá,
sellout and
gente?
you
Não
are
é
saying
fácil.
bad stuff about Africa. Don't you think if
Por isso eu estou
what do you call
fazendo
it?
essa fisioterapia. Não é
If
fácil.
Africa is a good place, I'll also do video and then recommend Africa to people. You understand what I'm saying? You just imagine some few years of me
Tem que
being
fazer
here in
essa
Brazil, or
fisioterapia
some few years of me living here in
pra,
Brazil. I've been able to acquire a whole lot of
mês,
things
né, de
as a
fisioterapia.
regular,
Gente,
worker.
eu estou
Like
aqui hoje.
I'm just a
Hoje é
regular guy
segundo
who
dia
do
minha
a regular
de
job, like 5 hour
começar
or
essa
6 hour or 8 hour job.
fisioterapia,
I'm
né,
just doing a
gente?
regular job, but
Eu estou
I can
fazendo só
afford
para
everything that I want. Like, basic
se
stuff.
vai
I can,
dar certo ou
basically
vai me ajudar para a
afford
coluna.
all these
Né?
basic stuffs that I want, like
Então, por isso eu estou fazendo. Então,
cell phones, cars, houses,
você
and stuff
percebe
like
muitas
that,
coisas aqui,
food,
coisas
like
que lá na minha terra
I don't have to complain about all this
é
kind of
para quem que tem dinheiro,
this
né? Se você não
kind
tem
of
dinheiro,
basic
não tem
stuffs
como é
and
que você
stuff like
faz
that.
essas coisas.
But you can just imagine
Para
if
você
I were
cuidar
to
de
be in
saúde,
Africa, and
a maioria
even
das
when I
pessoas
have a good
simplesmente
job in
morre sem
Africa,
saber
there are a whole lot
o
of things that I can
que
simply
causar a
tell you that
morte,
it's
né?
not possible to do.
Então, para
To
mim,
even save money to buy
essa
an
é
ordinary
uma coisa
bicycle is going to be a
muito
big challenge for me if I
novo
were
para
to
mim,
be
sabe?
living in
É uma
Africa,
novidade para
specifically
mim.
West Africa. Because
Do
I
jeito
said this
que
because
aqui
I've
no
lived in
Brasil,
South Africa too
pessoas
as well. And
simplesmente,
South Africa is one of the places where Africans consider
pessoas
to be,
simplesmente
what do you call it?
cuida, né?
One
Se
of the
cuida,
advanced and
fazer as
developed
coisas
and best
direitinho.
places to live. But then when you get to South
Sobre
Africa,
em questão de saúde.
you find out that it's all a lie. Like people
Para
don't
mim,
even have what
antigamente
to eat.
era
Like
frescura.
I'm talking as
Antigamente
a
era
foreigner, okay? And
frescura
when I
aqui.
was living in South Africa too, I was living in the locals. I wasn't even living in
De sair
Ghanaian community or
para
West
ir para
African
consulta.
community. I was living
Lá na minha
deep
terra,
down
simplesmente a gente
into the what do you call it? The South African locals and stuff like
não
that.
tem essa mania de ir para consulta.
And another thing
Entendeu? A
is,
gente ir para hospital. Simplesmente quando
you
a
cannot
gente
like
está doente. Se você
you
está
cannot
doente,
just take
você
your
vai para o
African
hospital para
passport
se
even with
cuidar.
a
Entendeu?
complete,
Então, mas
supportive,
aqui,
good
basicamente, não é
document and
isso.
get a
Entendeu?
regular visa. You
Pessoas
cannot get a visa so
acordam e
simple.
simplesmente
You understand? Most of the
decidir
embassies, you
para
go there
começar
and you are
uma
going to
consulta
apply
para
for visas.
saber
They ask you
sobre
some
o saúde.
stupid questions and
Entendeu? Então,
unnecessary
para mim,
questions.
toda
Because
essa
I
história
have
aqui
gotten a whole lot of people
é
who have
uma
reached
coisa
me
muito bacana
and
para
then,
mim.
like they tell me their
Então, por
stories
isso,
about how
estou aqui
difficult things have
simplesmente para
been
me
for
cuidar,
them,
porque do
trying
jeito que eu
to
falei,
even
eu
get
tenho
ordinary
5 hernias
tourist visa
na
to
minha
go on
coluna,
vacation and spend some money out
né?
there
Porque
and
a
then
maioria
come
das
back.
vezes eu
So this is another
senti dor,
bad
né?
side of
Então, e
being
por
an
causa
African.
disso,
You can just imagine you have the
então, eu
money,
nem
you
iria
are
para
working, and
consulta, né?
you
Nem iria
cannot
para
just pick your
fazer,
passport and then travel to any
como é que
country of your
chama?
destination to have a
Nem
good
iria
time.
para
Even countries
nem iria para fazer
which
assim,
has
tratamento,
visa free
porque se fosse na minha
with your
terra,
country
eu iria continuar
passport,
vivendo
they will
assim,
deny
sem
you
saber que eu
entry and
tenho
stuff like that.
5
Thinking you are
hernias, né?
simply
Na minha
coming to
coluna, eu
invade the
nunca
country.
iria saber.
All
Mas
this
aqui, do jeito que eu
makes
falei,
Africa
tudo que a
look
gente
very,
faz aqui
very bad and also worst
precisa
place to live.
de, como
So
que
yes,
chama?
I know not everybody
Consulta.
who wants
Tudo
to
tem que fazer exame,
leave
tudo
Africa
tem que
to a
fazer
different
isso.
place, but
Aqui no
then
Brasil,
the majority of people
isso
who
é
won't
novidade para mim.
want to be
É muito novidade para
out
mim.
of Africa are
Mas,
few. You
enfim,
understand? Even those people, most of them, when they
isso
are sick,
eu vou falar
that's when they start
que
thinking of the possibility of leaving
morando
Africa to
aqui no
treat themselves.
Brasil,
The leaders in Africa, they are very, very stupid, and like
assim, minha vida aqui no
it
Brasil,
hurts so bad to see
cada dia eu
how
aprendo novidade, novas coisas,
you know
entendeu? E
they take
também,
their
cada
families
dia eu vou
out there
tentar
to like Europe,
trazer
more advanced
como que
countries
chama?
where
Os
their
novidades
children
que
can get better education
eu
and
tinha
good
aprendido aqui
hospital
no
and
Brasil.
stuff
Eu
like
vou
that,
sempre
and
continuar
then they look at
trazer
the ordinary
essas pra
citizens
vocês,
and
entendeu? Mas
like
enquanto
don't do
isso,
anything for them. Just look at Brazil here.
essa é uma
Brazil here,
parte
when you
que
come
eu quero
here,
que
when you are
vocês
not rich,
saibam, né?
you
Quero que vocês
you have
saibam.
nothing to worry about, especially when it comes
E
to
essa é um local onde que a gente
healthcare,
faz.
education,
Eu já
food.
fez uma vez
Very
e
soon I'll
abandonei.
make sure I'll
Né?
bring
Do
a
jeito que eu falei.
content where I will go to a restaurant,
Eu
which
fiz
we a public
comecei
government restaurant where you won't have to
uma fisioterapia
spend even
e
up to
abandonei.
$1 to eat.
Mas agora
You pay
vou
like maybe 10 cents
fazer tudo,
or maybe
tudo
20
aqui
cents
no final.
just to like to eat everything
Eu
over
estou
there.
esperando
But anyway, I just want you guys to
moça para
understand that
vir para
Africa
falar o
is
que
still
tinha
the
para
best
fazer
place
na
to be.
próxima.
If you have what do you call it? If you have a citizenship in Africa, or you are a citizen in Africa, I'm sorry, especially West Africa, is just you can count the countries in Africa which has good passport. But anyway, I don't want to do any long video for you guys because I know you guys have been waiting for a long time for me to do videos. So don't forget, it's your brother Supreme Leader. You can subscribe and also click the bell button. And thank you for subscribing if you are new on this channel too as well. So yeah, I'm just sharing my own thought on like being African or maybe holding an African passport. It's just uh, it's just a nightmare to simply be an African, especially an African who doesn't have what do you call it, support. You don't come from a good home. When I talk about good home, a home where you can be financially like supported, like you have like good family, doing well to support you and all that. There is a lot of nonsense that I'll bring out very soon because the nonsense is just getting too much. And each and every single time you come online, you see this, like useless African YouTubers, they come and then they come lying and stuff like that. They make it look rosy out there. When you leave Africa, you learn a lot. When you are in Africa, you are locked up in that, like that cage. You don't even know what's going on around the world. When you come out, even people who are poor, they can think properly because there are guys. Bye bye.